Nor was I spelling verbal. I just had a thought. What if God showed up? And all the people wanting God to do something so disappointed that God ain't. Before they're allowed to blow themselves up, would have to put hours into contributing on YouTube, spilling the beans in their hearts, giving it up, calling humans a generous and honest and wonderful. Then you can go blow yourself up way out in the middle. We'll watch you on YouTube. And I'm sure somebody contributing like that wouldn't want to hurt anybody when they blow themselves to pieces. Well, you're welcome to do it. We'd all like to feel better that you're out of your agony. What if Norman could blow himself up out in the middle of nowhere? Nobody around. Bits and pieces of Norman everywhere. YouTube grabbing it. And I'd be like casting my ashes into the wind, and nobody would get hurt. I would demand that with delight. How in God's name, in the name of doing good or anything for this place that would add anything, would you go into a square of people and and call yourself suicide anything? What is labeling you to give you encouragement to do this? Find it. Something is labeling this occurrence in a way that encourages it. Get them! And let's see if the situation changes. Let's label that occurrence so degrading that no one will have the conscience to do that. Ever. What do you think? Because somebody is glorifying this by the way they're remarking to it. Aren't they? And there's no glory in it. At all. Bring me all gods that would glorify this. Right now. Bring them. I'll put a stop to some of this blowing yourself up. Bring me your God, or don't blow yourself up. And every time you do it, I shall get on YouTube and take your God and whatever you think is sacred here and eat it. Want a bet? Want to start with your mom's crotch? Want me to eat that? And I'm not talking about how your dad would love to. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'll eat it with my mind, how vulgar it is. I'll eat your mom's groin, how vulgar it is, piece by piece. Starting with a whoa! I'll work my way out to that vagina, and boy, you're not going to like my remarks about that one. Oh yeah! And I wouldn't touch it with any part of my anatomy, you better know that, punk. Anything you came out of has got to be pretty greasy. Not touching that! Punk! That would blow yourself up? Hurt a bunch of people? Do it again! Punk! All over the planet, and I demand this video be shown everywhere. Move, planet! You shall show this to these punks, and anybody glorifying their behavior, and calling it glory someday. You find me any of glory someday, you won't like me. Anything that's ever lived here, and humans will. Your whole occurrence sits in the corner. Want to bet? So does mine, saith the Lord. Your occurrence means nothing to me, punk. I hold you far more precious than any occurrence you ever got trapped in. Sonny! As I spit on the wall and reminded the Lord I'm very disappointed. And the Lord talked up to me and reminded me how precious I am and thanked me. Do you know anything about that, blower-upper? You have to be recorded spitting in your maker's face, or you are so humiliated for blowing yourself up. You don't do that first in 1,900 times. Want me? There's your maker. I just spit in its face. There's your maker. I just spit in your maker's face. There's the maker of every occurrence in this whole thing. I spit in its face for the torment of humanity. I spit in the face of what built this cosmos. Want to bet? Don't you? And when you don't, you cannot blow yourself up. Do you understand me as a Jewish monarch? Punk! Get that straight. Real straight. And beg for an afterlife. I dare you. Make my day. Punk! Seen the scene before? Well, that's what we're looking at. Right now, planet. And you're all standing there looking like that dumb idiot with a gun on that lady to me. And I look just like him. Make my day, planet! Go on, keep it up! Make my day!